There you go, you big bloody beautiful fuck knuckles. Here's me face. Every once in a while, one of you cheeky buggers reaches out to me, whether it's through the Gmail or the Twitter, and you're like, "Hey Ozzy Man, you should review Ozzy Man." And I'm like, whoa, slow that scooter down. Fuck me, that's confronting. But it is pretty funny. So today's video, I'm gonna honor that request, which like 3 or 4 of you have sent in over 4 years, and I'm gonna review Ozzy Man. And I'm gonna do it in, maybe it's sentimental, maybe it's wanky, but I'm gonna do it as a trip down memory lane, because I used to be called Ethan once upon a time. Don't panic, calm the shit down. It's a name that I had, and Ethan became Ozzy Man over 9 or 10 years. So let's review Ozzy Man by going back to the beginning. Let's go back in time. My first ever YouTube channel was called Eth the Great 22. You can see I've got 42 subscribers, fucking smashing it. One of the first videos published August 7th, 2007, and it was my stand-up comedy. I used to do stand-up comedy when I was 17, 18, all the way through until about 21. Perth, Melbourne, Sydney, and up in the UK in 2007, in the north of the UK, where you could perform for like 15 minutes instead of down in London at a gong night, which was like 2 minutes and then gong, get the fuck off. So I liked performing up around the north there, where you'd get a bit more time. Anyway, I'm waffling already. This is one of my first ever stand-up comedy gigs. Let's have a cheeky look. You gotta have a good intro song when you do stand-up comedy. At 18 years of age, I chose Marvin Gaye, Let's Get It On. I still like good music in me videos. Early days of Ozzy Manning, 2014. Lots of different music behind the Game of Thrones reviews.
How's stuff? Awesome.
A little bit timid, maybe looking a little underconfident. Pretty lanky. I was pretty lanky back in that. I've beefed up. I've had a few steak sandwiches since that time, and yeah, obviously grew my hair out. But you know, I'm onto something, all right. Just bear with me. Fucking bear with me.
I've been thinking about genitals a bit lately, just to kick off with, just because I've been on holidays. And actually, I've come to a conclusion with genitals recently that girls have the best genital names. I'm not sure what it is exactly. You've just got all this fantasy kind of mythological sound of fallopian tube and ovaries. Girls have got names for their genitals which sound like they could be in Lord of the Rings. If you think about it, I could picture the whole scene. Like 3 days from now, head east beyond Rohan through the pelvic forest. We will meet at Outer Labia, where Frodo's fate will no longer be in our hands. He must find the king of clitoris.
Oh, no, I'm onto it now. And by this stage, you get comfortable. What you want is that first big laugh, and then you relax, and you're into it, and it's good shit.
If Sauron's forces penetrate inner Labia, there's no saying what could happen next. We may have to travel through the dark tunnels of Fallopia, where we must hope the vulvas do not see us. Move in haste! And you see, you can't do that with guys' genital names. It doesn't sound right. Just head east beyond Rohan, we'll meet at Scrotum. That's what we're looking at. Oh no, Scrotum, that's not a mine, Matt. I assure you, Gimli, it is.
You know what? I stand by it. I stand by the work 13 years later. Men's genitals do not sound as majestic as women's genital names. Head east beyond Minas Tirith, we'll meet at fucking Prostate Hill. It's repulsive, it stinks, we'll just half an hour, we'll have a sandwich, we'll move on to La Via Minora, which is much nicer. No, it works. And Amazon is picking up Lord of the Rings as a TV show. So this material, it could become relevant again. And I think you see in these early days of comedy here that I'm interested in sexual humour. I'm interested in sexual humour and geeky things. I find myself really interested in Mexican weather lately. I don't know what it is. Oh, fuck me dead. The Dothraki start doing their cool moves. Oh, fuck. This is bullshit. Anyway, let's have a look at what else is on my first ever channel here, which I can't log into, by the way. I've got my Hotmail got hacked like 6 years ago, and Hotmail's trying to send a recovery verification to Yahoo, which also got hacked, and Yahoo's sending a verification to Hotmail, and Google wants a verification that's sending it to Hotmail or Yahoo. So I'm fucked. I can't log into it anymore, but it's nice to see that it's still here.
Now, Hamish, if my name was Ethan Merrill, I'd be the next contestant, because his name is Ethan Merrill.
But your name's Andy Lee.
That's what I'm saying. The next contestant is Ethan
Merrill.
Merrill.
All right.
Oh, there you go. You got your Hamish and Andy. National treasures, these boys. National treasures.
Hey!
Still pretty lanky, a bit of a beanpole.
So I've been going through a fairly philosophical phase lately. I've been wondering why leaders don't fight when there's wars, because I noticed John Howard went on like a secret mission to Baghdad not long ago.
He's 18 and he's going for the political humour. He thinks he can tackle political humour. That's bold.
I thought, what if the troops were suddenly attacked while he's like shaking their hands and everything? Would he like snap into combat mode or something? If there was a sniper, it would just be like, yeah, shit, we're under attack. Jackson, pass me that AK-47. Smitherson, get on the radio to base. We're going to need some fighter pilots in the air. Charlie, Echo, Roger, Stat, Swarm. The rest of you, follow me. Come on, follow me. Mr. Howard, we didn't know you could fight. What, are you kidding? I don't do all that jogging around the river in the morning for nothing.
Ooh, I'm a little more nervous with this one, but I got there. It's not bad. It's a pretty good concept again. World leaders, why don't they fight in wars? It's not a bad question. Like olden days, the leaders would have to be right at the front of the pack. But now, it's like they just stay in an office or a fucking luxury hotel and they're not getting out there. They're not getting their hands dirty. So, yeah, I don't think it's like offensive to anyone's politics. It's just an interesting question. Why don't leaders fight in modern wars?
Like, come on, you maggots. Just fire in that general direction.
My impersonation was pretty spot on, I reckon, of our Prime Minister at that time. Here's a clip of what he actually sounds like.
And there was no long, drawn-out, bloody Stalingrad-style street-to-street fighting in Baghdad.
Come on, you maggots, you want to live forever?
You can tell how much movies I watch. That's a quote from Starship Troopers. Just slipped in there.
Mr. Howard, you're bleeding. Shouldn't we get you a medic? Jackson, you come here. No one wants a pussy for a leader. I don't have time to bleed.
I've managed to get a line of dialogue in from Predator.
I ain't got time to bleed.
Anyway, what other nuggets of gold have we got on this ETH the Great 22 channel? Oh, my films, yep. You got the Willerton UFO conspiracy theory. This was quite a hit locally. It was a bit of a hit.
Hi. Well, here I am at the very location where real-life UFO once sat. However, many years ago it mysteriously disappeared and was replaced by a rock.
You can see this is the UFO here. There's some archival photos. There's me when I was little with my stepdad. I'm trying to find a way into the UFO, how I can access it. Jebediah put the UFO on their famous album Slightly Odd Way. So I interviewed them. It actually is genuinely top-notch investigative journalism. You can see my critical mind in these early days. It's like, well, this is a critical analysis before Ozzy Man started doing critical analysis. This is, you can see the beginnings here of Ozzy Man. Computer-generated personas, part of the plot to trick the world. we don't have to spend all day on this channel. You get the idea. Between like this time, 2005, 6, 7 to 2014, when I started Ozzy Man, I probably didn't do a lot. It's a bit of a blur, actually. I did more films, a bit more filmmaking. But actually, I started a second channel, Super Dingo TV, and the premise of that was a team of outback heroes protecting the bush from baddies, such as pirates, zombies, mummies. It was pretty out there, but look, we did all right for a little bit there. And then my third channel I started was Ozzy Man Reviews. And before Ozzy Man Reviews, I was hosting Bogan Bingo. There I am. Yeah, that's with DJ Goatfinger. He was a pretty good bloke. Fantastic hairdo that he had as well. And then here I've got my pint. This is 2013. I think Ethan has definitely stepped out by this point. I've killed him. He's gone, and I am becoming Ozzy Man. And it's not far off from starting a YouTube channel here. You can tell this dickhead, he wants to. He wants to start a YouTube channel. And my favourite channels also around that time were Bad Lip Reading, Honest Trailers, Freddie Wong. Maybe that doesn't make sense in regards to how my channel started. But, I mean, there were voiceover channels. Bad Lip Reading. I still love that channel.
You know, I slipped and I fell into a coffin this weekend. No, I didn't. It was just a dream.
Beyond that, I've always enjoyed Eric Bana doing his sketch show as fucking Poiter. He's iconic. He's a national treasure as well, that bloke. Billy Birmingham, who used to do the 12th Man CDs. I used to fucking smash those when I was a kid. Roy and HG were an influence, no doubt. They were fucking great Australian commentators. And all of those things kind of led to Ozzy Man. As I've gotten into it, maybe six months to 1 year into it, people will liken me to Alex Shooter Williamson a lot, which is fine, unless you're aggressive about it and you're like, oh, you fucking stole his idea. Then you're a bit of a wanker. I hadn't heard of him, but I really love his stuff. And he wasn't an influence, but probably he became an influence somewhere along the line as well. So, yeah, and trying to review myself and my work now, I don't know. I don't know if it's totally possible. Is it all gold? No, it's not all gold. Every week's a new week. Is the constant experiment fun? Yeah, it's pretty good. We'll see how long I can keep it going. And I'm really most interested in just being prolific and trying to stay fresh and just keep you guys giggling. So it's hard for me to review myself now in the moment. Maybe in another 5 years we'll look at the old videos or something and really get stuck into them. But look, there's a trip down memory lane of how Ozzy Man became Ozzy Man, and that's pretty much like a fucking review of Ozzy Man, I think. Yeah. No, that was fun. Thanks everyone. Good times. Anyway, I'm gonna fuck off now. The missus and I are about to have a baby in September, so I may not be around for you all the time. Don't panic. I am gonna schedule some videos in, and hopefully my production output picks up again later in the year and going into the new year. Also, if you haven't checked it out, me mate Mozza and I have started a live talk show, bit of a podcast, so check that out. I'll put the link in the post description. It's called Ozzy Man and Mozza Catch Up. That's another experiment. Everything I do is an experiment. It may go somewhere, it may go nowhere, but for the moment it's pretty good fun. And yeah, that's all the updates, everyone. Thanks again for watching, and I'll talk to you more later. Have a good one. See ya.